Hi y'all, it's Chris with Show Up Fitness, here with Chandler. Today we're going to go over tracking your number, which is your TDEE. You remember what that stands for?
Total daily expenditure.
Yeah, total daily energy expenditure. And so what is your number? And nutrition's tough. We have our subject right now in class in the internship, and that's what we're reviewing. And so this just goes hand in hand, and I wanted to talk about Chandler's goal because in the beginning of the year, we sat down around March.
Yeah.
And you set some goals, and her goals were to quote unquote get shredded. Still don't really know what that means.
Shredded! Dialed in six-pack, big shoulders, big ol' ass.
Okay, so she wants the shoulders and she wants the glutes. And we gave her a specific number. She did about, how long did you stick to that? On workout days, non-workout days, because there's different numbers. She was roughly 160 pounds. And on days that she was not exercising, she should be getting around 1,400 calories, which is extremely low. And then on days that she was exercising, I gave her a very low multiplier because she wasn't working out that hard, and that's always hard for people. I'm very tough love when I coach people because we give extra calories and then we get frustrated with the process. So this has been a fun little battle, and it's been over, I think, 9 months now. But why don't we talk about the first 2 months of your program? How did you do?
I would say I did okay within the first month, and then in the second month, I was just overthinking, just eating and food and this, and then I just kind of went nuts, and then I just kind of slowly started to binge, and it was just eating thousands and thousands of calories. It's not funny.
So I've worked with a lot of competitors when they go through an NPC show, very similar. We want results now. And this is so great because she's a trainer. She's been a trainer for over 2 years, and she has the same expectations that her clients have. She would text me frustrated, my abs should be better. I should be seeing results faster. And it's a process. And this is what we're going to review right here, where she was consistently hitting between 1,600 to 1,800 calories at a deficit over the weeks. In the first 4 weeks, she was getting a ton of compliments online. People said, "Oh my God, Chandler, you're looking great." She can see her abs. She was happy. But she wasn't holding herself accountable with communicating with me. So we weren't checking in weekly with her goals, where she would begin to get very mentally, what would be the word? You'd get mentally challenged, essentially, where you would come to these terms with hunger, and then after a while, it was a point of just breaking. And when she broke hard.
My inner demons came out.
So she probably lost maybe 12 pounds during the process, and then she started going to having these cheat meals, of which she was getting well over 5,000 calories. 5,000 calories.
Yeah.
That's like what a linebacker eats who's on the LA Rams.
And mind you, I wasn't even then working out. I was eating 5,000 calories a day, not just one day, all days of the week. And then it just went from there. Because then I was okay, now I'm eating horrible and I look horrible, so why not just binge? And then it just went downhill from there.
So here's the process which you get a lot. People restrict themselves so much. They don't have checks and balances. They're not getting enough protein. She was getting a lot of protein, but what we found out later is it was all in protein bars and protein shakes, so it wasn't very filling.
Yeah, but the one bars are the best.
She would talk about how much she loves those, but she'd have 2 of them, and that's 500 calories, and if you're supposed to be getting close to 13, that's well over almost half your calories, and she was constantly hungry. So part of the process is determining the difference between psychological hunger or physiological hunger. Now, when you're exercising, when you're at the gym, you're probably not focusing on food. It's when you isolate yourself at night by yourself, no one's around, and we get obsessive. And we start thinking, I'm hungry, but are you really hungry, or are you just fixated on the fact that prior to this plan, you would eat anything and everything at any time. And now you're presented with a challenge. And when we fixate on it, the likelihood of going down that dark demon path is high. So again, she lost a lot of weight. She looked great, but then she put on probably 15 pounds. So my question is, especially with a lot of competitors, they look great on stage, but then afterwards they balloon up and they put on 30, 40 pounds and they talk about oh, it's my hormones and blah, blah, blah. And it's just such bullshit because they're not monitoring themselves properly. And so with this new plan that we did, we stuck to, she went back up to 160. So we got to around 1400, but the thing that I challenged her was, it doesn't matter if you get specifically that number. We can't get so addicted to, we have to get 1800, because she said that she's starting to get almost obsessive about your food, right?
Yeah, it's like very, very obsessive. I'm getting, because I'm scared, because I don't want to go down that path again. And I was like binging and then not working out. So now I'm just like trying to do a little bit more, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't, because I'm afraid I'm only going to gain so much weight again, and it's hard, but I feel like what I was doing before just wasn't sustainable. Like now, if I could eat like 18 instead of like 16 or 15 every single day, like send in a number, I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that I have like that extra calories, like I could eat.
So she loves In-N-Out, and my challenge to her was, if you would still like to have that per week as your one meal that's outside of your normalcy with your protein, vegetables, and fruit, is to be more strategic. Don't just order anything and everything and put it in front of you. If you have a burger, have it animal style, take the bun off. Don't have fries. Fries are nasty in the sense that they pack a huge punch. A medium fry, probably 500 calories. Do you dip them in anything?
Yeah, I get animal fries.
What's that?
Animal, they have like, I don't know, like the sauce in it, and like, I don't think like bacon.
It's probably easily 1,000 calories.
It was 670.
So that's if they're measuring it. So add another 30%, so you're looking closer to 800 total calories, and you're not that full afterwards. So you have a shake on top of that, 700 calories. You have a burger. Before you know it, your one cheat meal ruins your whole entire week, which is nuts. So she's at a deficit for 6 days at between 200 to 400, minus 1,400 calories for the week. So in a month, that's going to be a solid 2-3 pounds of fat, probably coming from her midsection, so she's really going to start seeing it. But you have one day where you have, you said you have a box of cereal, you'd have ice cream, you'd have In-N-Out twice, sometimes 3 times.
Yeah, easily.
So we get so obsessive that we restrict ourselves. It's like a wild animal. And then you stop exercising, and then you eat all this, and then you put all the weight on. So the challenge for this next cycle, and she's been doing awesome, she's about 6 weeks in.
Yeah.
She still wants the results yesterday. The cool thing about what we've experienced is we're going to start adjusting this number right here, which is her multiplier. So we're going to get her up to 1.55, and that's going to get her closer to 2,300. So that means on days, now we're going to be at 18, probably to 2,200, because her workouts are better, they're more efficient. I always challenge people. I'm a strength coach. I work with a lot of top athletes. People actually are doing it properly, and not competitors. And they are challenging their system with maximal intensity. We go to the gym, we do a quote-unquote hard set, we finish at 10-15 reps, but if you were challenged by someone or a trainer, you could probably get 5 or 10 more reps. So you look at your overall true intensity during that workout, in my opinion, it's a low multiplier, 1.375. That's what I give most people. So when you start training right, and you're getting, like this week, we're going to be doing 3 heavy sets, so she's going to be getting PRs in her squats, her hip thrusts. We're going to be doing a lot of volume as well, but we're failing at 10 to 20 reps where they're face plants. If we're doing squats, you come up, you can't come up, you have to drop the weight. If you're doing push-ups, you can't go anymore, you face plant. It's maximal volitional fatigue. And then we're going to be hitting endurance sets for 20, 30, 40 total reps where the overall quality of the workouts is far superior. You're burning more calories. In the first about 6 weeks, we were doing a lot of cardio. And that's just to kind of get her into the process, but you like cardio, you said. And what do you like to do when you do cardio?
What I liked in the past to read.
Yeah, well still, so she would go to the gym for an hour and read, and it gave her some peace of mind, but it was structured reading for the mind and also burning some extra calories, 200-300. I don't put that into your overall multiplier. Cardio just helps with everything. I've always told her, don't go hungry. Determine physiological, are you truly hungry, or are you just fixated on the feeling of being uncomfortable? So I gave her a good 45-minute recipe for turkey meatballs. Next time you're seriously really hungry, make those meatballs. 45 minutes going through the process, drink some water, do some push-ups, occupy your mind, and afterwards ask yourself, am I truly hungry, or do I just really want to have something? And when you do binge, it's okay. Most importantly, do not let it derail your overall goals. So we communicate, and so what'd you have this weekend?
I had a burger from In-N-Out with no bun, and then I had ice cream cone and another ice cream cone.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. The fact that she had that, you can't feel bad. You can't have a bad relationship with food, because what's going to happen is before our workouts sucked and we were going to a deficit. And again, I have tough love for workouts where subpar at best, a D. And so now what we've done, up the intensity to optimize it, so our workouts are getting to like a C now, a C+. We still have a lot of room to get these at an A, and once they're at an A, the obsessiveness with the calories doesn't need to be there, and she can have a lot more.
5,000 daily.
No, not gonna happen. But we take this mindset that she can eat as much as me, or I'm 40 pounds heavier than her, or you can eat as much as a professional athlete who's 250 pounds, and they're exercising 3-4 times a day. So on those days that you do binge and you were to have 5,000 calories, you want to go out and drink whatever it may be strategic about it. Make sure to do a full body workout beforehand. Get 5 to 10 quality sets per four main muscles, your legs, your back, chest, and shoulders, and then maybe even do like 30 to 45 minutes of a hike or cardio. Indulge, do whatever. Next day, work out, but write down your plans for the next week. We're getting a lot better with writing our goals, and so it's going to be interesting. We're going to do this again in about another 6 weeks to see how we're doing. So anything else that you'd like to say or mention about the whole process? Like in 6 weeks, we've gone in a deficit pretty consistently.
Yeah.
What would you say is the big difference between this run and the first run?
Well, also, it would just be like in the first cycle when I did this binge and stopped working out. Like I would binge on, or whatever, like on my Saturday it would be like my cheat day, then the next day I'd feel like horrible, but now like I'm communicating with Chris and I'm telling him, okay, like I ate this ice cream combo, but like I feel kind of bad, but then it's like I still work out. I think that's what kind of set me back, was that I was binging and then I just never worked out. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll work out the next day, and then I just wouldn't because I felt horrible, but like now he's like, okay, no, like just recognize that you ate whatever, and then work out, and that's fine, like who cares, like it's the next day. But as before, I would eat just like thousands of calories, and then I'd feel horrible the next day, and I'd be like, oh no, like blah blah blah, and I just wouldn't work out then until like a Wednesday, and then maybe start over like Friday, and then I'd be like, oh, well, I didn't work out Monday, Tuesday, and it just messed with my head. So now I'm just like, okay, I ate what I wanted to, and now I just work out again, and then I just get back on track. So it's helped me like really stay consistent, and I think that just
calories were too high, workouts sucked. Now our calories are going to start coming up a little bit. Workouts are getting far superior.
Yeah.
We've learned to maintain a positive mindset throughout the whole entire term. Communicate. We're going to get you away from a negative association with food. It takes time though. I told her, give it a solid 6 months, and when you look back on today, you're going to have such a better understanding of how your body truly functions. So you're going to be able to have 2 or 3 days like that. It's taken me over probably 12 years to figure out how my body optimally responds. I indulge, I socialize, I'll drink every week. I'll have food that I enjoy, not to the extent that she does. My fault is probably more alcohol, hers sounds like it's more fast food. But you come to terms of working out really hard and properly and efficiently, and then the fuel that you're putting in is just optimizing those workouts. So it's been really cool to see this experience. I challenge you guys to do the same. Hold yourself accountable. Maybe give a sheet to someone else to review your calories. You take your weight for a girl, you times it by 9. Don't go below 1,200 calories. Make sure you work with a dietitian if that's the case. Give yourself a multiplier of 1.375 on days that you're working out, and then go to small deficit. Instead of doing a huge one, 500 to 1,000, that's way too extreme. Try to keep it so if she's at 1980, we're saying 1,800. So 190 calories that she's gonna be in a deficit. You do that for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you're gonna notice huge change, but most importantly, it's gonna be sustainable long term. And we're gonna change that mindset to make it realistic and not having a negative association with food.
Yeah. Well, and also I just think like communicating, talking to someone, because I feel like when people like want to like binge or eat so many calories, like they kind of want to like seclude themselves away from everything and everyone, like I did. And now it's like when I do eat kind of bad, like I'll tell Chris and I feel bad, but then it's like I feel so much better, and it's like okay, like I told him, and now it's like I feel 100% fine again. So I feel like you need to like talk, you know, with someone just to like let them know like what you've been indulging in, and it'll help you stay on track. think that's helped a lot for me.
My dad's a shrink, and I love this saying he gave me: turn emotional pain into physical pain. So when you're feeling bad, go to the gym, lift some heavy shit. Show up fitness out.
And eat